In Woolston that afternoon, a man on a bike really stood out in the crowd. He was spotted dozens of times in the space of 2 hours in and around Victoria Road.
I had quite a busy morning, but I had a bit of a quiet afternoon, so I decided to take a little rest for the afternoon, a little siesta.
At around 3:30, a witness saw the man with the orange wig pull up outside the shop.
He walked in through the front door. I sat up because I thought it was charity, because, you know, dressed as a clown. Which point I got up out of the chair and chased after him. I thought it was oil, because it was oily looking. Got up within a couple of feet of the saddle before he started gaining on me. And by then I realised it wasn't just oil he'd thrown at me, it was something a lot more serious, because I could feel the strong burning sensations.
Get into the seat. Oh.
The clothes were melting on me. It was just literally dissolving. And you could see the face actually starting to distort and change in the mirror as I was trying to rinse it off.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Police still need to trace some of the people who came to help Andy, including the man who'd made inquiries earlier that day.
Are you okay?
More witnesses saw the attacker cycling off in his wig and boiler suit. He was seen going into Thornycroft Avenue, where he dumped the bike and switched to a black, old-style motorbike with a distinctive raised badge on the tank. Witnesses can track his route up to College Road, where the trail goes cold. Do you know where he went, who he was, or why he did it?
I've had skin grafts now. They've all seemed to have taken quite well. There were some bad ones on my head, which I think they'll heal up pretty well eventually. But dwelling upon it and getting bitter about it is totally pointless. He's a nothing, a coward.
Nigel, what I didn't say in that is Andy Sinclair was actually pretty lucky to survive. He had terrible injuries.
Well, absolutely. If he wasn't wearing glasses, he would have been blinded. He's got permanent facial disfigurement, and the acid, where it's trapped against his body with his clothing, went all the way through the skin and actually into his body.
Nobody knows any reason why anyone should want to do this, do they? Nobody knows anything about Andy, and he doesn't know anything himself that would provide a motive.
Oh, absolutely so. This is even more bizarre as a case because there is no obvious motive, no motive at all.
Unless, of course, a Crimewatch viewer can come up with it. Because there's this extraordinary contradiction. If he was going for Andy Sinclair specifically, why did he spend 2 hours cycling around the town?
Well, absolutely, that's part of the mystery we really don't know.
One possibility, Nigel, is that this is somebody who's got really psychiatric problems. Maybe a psychiatrist, a psychiatric social worker.
Well, absolutely. I think if anyone's going to commit a crime this vicious, this nasty, they may well be a troubled individual, so I'd ask anyone that knows any person. Perhaps a doctor, psychiatrist, please contact us.
Okay. Witnesses in the shop. We pointed obviously to the guy in the purple shirt who came in. That's never happened, I gather, to Andy before. Somebody just coming in and make a vague inquiry. So we need to find that chap.
Oh yes, we're very keen to find that gentleman because he went in beforehand, and we believe he also went into the barbers after the attack. So it's very crucial we speak to that person and eliminate them from our inquiry.
And just quickly, there was a man with his daughter. Quick description of them, because they obviously went in to help.
They did.
You just want to find them.
We want to find them because they may well be witnesses. A Mediterranean-looking gentleman with a daughter in her 20s.
Okay, you can't have forgotten it. Tuesday, about a month ago, 12th of June. 0500 600 600, or the innocent room on 023 8067 4114.
The city of Bradford has had more than its share of problems in the last few weeks, and there's one tragedy that's been rather overshadowed by the riots. It's the death of Rebecca Hall, the mother of a 4-month-old baby boy. Becky's naked body was found in an alleyway off Thornton Road about 3 months ago. Max McLean is in charge of the murder appeal. Max, Rebecca disappeared on Good Friday, but then her body wasn't discovered until the 26th of April, 13 days later. What could have happened?
Well, Becky was a prostitute, and we know she was heading for the red light area, the Thornton Road area of the city. At the time she went missing, that's indeed where she was found, stripped and battered. But Becky was also the mother of a 4-month-old baby boy, and our information, it's very strong information, is that she would never have left that child overnight alone at any time. We feel, therefore, it's very unlikely that she's gone missing of her own accord. Now, the scientists are telling us that Becky may only have been dead for 4 or 5 days before she was found. Therefore, where was she for that period of time, the 13-day missing period of time? We really need people to come forward. Have you seen her on Friday the 13th of April, particularly late on, or any time after that? Please call.
Now, the other thing we want to find is these boots. Has anyone seen these boots? Because boots like these belonged to Becky, didn't they?
Yes, that's right. We know she bought some just like that only a couple of months ago. Her clothes were strewn about in the alleyway where she was found, and interestingly, the only item of clothing missing was her footwear. We're pretty sure it would have been footwear like that.
Also, this watch. Now, this is a South Park watch from the cartoon series. She was wearing one of these.
That's right. We're pretty sure that when she went missing at 10 o'clock Good Friday, she had a watch just like that on. It's not at the scene. Where is it?
And her mobile.
Her mobile, I mean, ironically, that was given to her by a friend in order that that friend could keep in touch with her and make sure she was okay. We don't know where the mobile is now. That's the three things. If anybody can put those things together, please call.
So that's a Motorola StarTAC mobile. Tony, you work in Bradford with young prostitutes who've been abused through prostitution. It's a dangerous profession, isn't it?
It is dangerous for the young women that we work with. They are very vulnerable to abuse and to sexual exploitation. We know of other young women who've been locked away in flats and have been beaten up, and we want to be able to help, so we need any information that they can provide about the men who are doing this.
Prostitutes, for obvious reasons, soliciting is illegal, and their clients are going to be reluctant to come forward, aren't they?
Yes, I mean, they think they'll receive an unsympathetic hearing, but it's really very important that they do come forward. It's going to be a free call, and whatever problems they may have had with the police in the past, we're all on the same side in this situation, and we want, therefore, people to ring in and to provide us with information to help.
And of course, the killer is still out there, so other prostitutes in Bradford are at risk from this person.
Yes, that's really why it's so important for both prostitutes and for other citizens of Bradford to ring in and provide whatever information they can.
Max, what are you going to say to put people's minds at rest, prostitutes or clients, who may know something or who may have been attacked, may know anything about this, but don't want to call the police?
Yes, let me make it absolutely clear that we will not prosecute prostitutes or the users of prostitutes who are ringing in with information about this murder. We are all on the same side here, as Tony said. We've got a murderer to try and catch who is still out there. Please call. You can call in confidence.
And there are also 3 workers from your organisation, aren't there, in the police incident room, so people can talk to them if they don't particularly want to talk to the police.
That's absolutely right. They're at the incident room at Bradford Police Station, and we'd be delighted to pass calls on to them if you would prefer that. OK, well, don't forget, whoever did this to Becky is still out there. Help find that person tonight. 0500 600 600 or 0800 318 001.
Now, 3 lots of CCTV with faces for you to name. Who are these two? Now, you don't need to be Lara Croft to help catch this pair, as we've got some very clear pictures of them. Here in Holloway in North London, they snatch a bag containing almost £2,200 worth of PlayStation games. And who can give us a name and address for this man wielding a knife at a petrol station in Norwich? Finally, tell us who this is. He walked into a petrol station in Welling in Kent and terrified the cashier with his threats. 0500 600 600.
And have a look at this. They're among the crowd that brought cricket into disrepute last month when a small gang of fans went on the rampage. You may remember during the presentation ceremony, an Australian player was hit by a full can of beer. Now, most of them look like they're aged between 18 and 22. Do call us now and tell us who they are. 0207 321 9337.
Jeremy's police force actually won quite an accolade this month. Each year, the Police Federation and the Sun newspaper single out people who've shown conspicuous courage.
Every day, police officers risk their lives in the line of duty. They take on criminals armed with guns and knives. They rescue people from mortal danger. Protecting the public is just part of the job. Once a year, there's an event that recognises this. The Police Bravery Awards.
The Prime Minister welcomes the 65 finalists to number 10, and they met little Leo, as well as the Home Secretary. And then there's a grand ceremony at London's Savoy Hotel.
The overall winner of the Police Bravery Award 2000.